So for some reason, the sound only coming from computer. But I mean, I think that would. Oh, that's better. Oh, it's not so loud. Yeah, yeah. Huh? Am I ready?
Hold on. Go.
Oh shit!
Yo, what's up, fellas?
What's up?
What's good? What's good?
I'm debating if I should wear sunglasses. I've been thinking about it for the past 5 minutes,
Okay,
but I don't know if like I want to be the guy that has sunglasses inside.
that's fine. No one's
Okay.
gonna know you're inside.
Yeah, I guess not. I guess not. Yeah, I mean, Chad Ochocinco does it, right?
Exactly.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go get my shades real quick because I feel
There we
like
go. Denzel, you trying to set up the stream?
Yeah. I'm almost done. I got it. I got it figured out now. I got it figured out now. Okay. How to sound? Can you hear? Can you hear me? Can you hear everybody else? Yo. Can you hear me?
It sounds good.
All right, bet.
I don't think I can hear myself though. Yeah. Actually, I can. I can. Damn, I sound like a nerd, bro. Why y'all ain't never told me I sound like this?
What you mean?
I always sound like this.
Yeah, bro. Always.
I sound like a nerd. God damn.
Oh, I'm cool. For real. Yeah, bro. Like with them, those like filters and shit they be having on there with like that shit could get a lot, bruh. Real deep. Like the shit that I even have, like it took me like a whole day to kind of figure some of that shit out. Well, not a whole day, but it took me some time to figure that shit out, bro. And I still don't like how it looks. I want it to look more professional, but that's what I have to do for right now. Because unless I like pay for some, even if I pay for somebody to do it, I still don't even fully understand I still don't even fully understand how to incorporate it into OBS. Like I'm gonna still have to learn how to like get it in there. And I didn't know that till now. I didn't even think to ask Tony, but now I know. All right, bet. All right.
I'm gonna get
We
my
in
I'm
the
gonna get my
Bicker
camera.
chat.
I'm gonna get my camera set up.
All right.
We got a lot to discuss when it comes to football, fantasy football.
Man,
We sure
man.
do.
Man,
Hold on.
we. Do we? We
I've
got a
been
lot.
trying not to talk about it. So
Yeah, I
Yes.
know. I came in and wanted to say something immediately, and then I was like, dang, I shouldn't. Like, we're here. I shouldn't say anything.
yeah. 'Cause I just been waiting. I was like, look at these glasses. How's everything non-sports related?
Is there anything else going on that's not sports related? Nah, I'm playing.
Man, I'm
Cool,
ready
bro.
for these. I'm ready for the college playoffs this weekend. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm really looking forward to watching these games, man. I'm really looking forward to this.
Okay.
It's about to be
Yeah.
lit.
It is. Who knows what? I think all it takes is a team that's like ranked 6 and back to win, and then that's gonna like definitely raise the popularity of this. I think because back then it was like almost always the 4 teams, no rotation of like 5 or.
Bro,
So-
if a double-digit team wins this year, you know what would be great? You know it'd be great if like the number 8 seed or something like that won.
Yeah.
That's Ohio State. That's what I said.
Well, I'll see. I just hope we get a new coach either way. Maybe Mike Vrabel.
I was hoping I wanted Bill Belichick, but it doesn't really fit. Like Bill Belichick doesn't really fit into Ohio State.
Shit,
Ohio
I
State
don't
was-
know. I feel like it might.
He could do it, but it'd be so different for what Ohio State is to have Bill Belichick in there.
You think it'll work for him at North Carolina? Think that's gonna work out?
It could, like, so I watched the Pat McAfee show, and he was saying on there, this was before he announced it. He was like, if I go somewhere, it's going to be a pipeline to the NFL. Like, I'm not going to treat it like a normal college program. It's going to be like, we're going to prepare you for the next level. And so I think that, like, if he does something like that, it could work, because then it's not NIL. We're not talking anything like that. Like, I'm literally, if you come to me, you're going to get prepared to go to the next level and succeed.
Mm-hmm.
If he does it like that, I think it could work, because right now NIL's got everything fucked up. So if he does something like that, then I can see that working.
Devil's advocate. What would his thing? What did you say? Like, one of the things that was criticized by him. And, hey, I love Bill Belichick. I mean, you see the head and the back, but like something people criticized was his ability to develop players.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the primary component in college, right? Is that you need to develop these high school players and get them ready for the NFL. But that was something that has always been criticized by him. Is that something you've taken into account or anything? Ooh, I like to say he does.
So you're saying
I think he can develop players. Like, he's done it with
Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't come into the league
a lot. Like, Gronk didn't come into the league crazy. Edelman. What's the other white receiver they had other than
Wes Welker.
Both of them. Like, I think he's done it.
Yeah, he for sure didn't like. He for sure didn't. He for sure know how to develop, or his staff knows how to develop. I don't know if his staff is following him to North Carolina, or he's bringing some of the people he's been working with to North Carolina.
I think he said he's keeping Freddie Kitchens.
The current coach or the previous coach?
I think he's offensive coordinator.
I'm
not sure. and that's the only person he said he was gonna like for sure keep. Everyone else he said, we'll see.
I know.
Hey, Denzel,
Yo,
if you want it for, because right now your camera's like we can't see you in the Discord.
oh, for real?
Yeah,
Hold on. Let me get
you
my
had it a second ago.
shades. I don't know what happened, bro. Should just be fucking up. Hold on. I'm gonna fix my camera. I know how to fix it. Since you know what I'm saying, y'all got the where it go? Where it go? Where it go? Where it's at? There we go. There we go.
I like this. I like this. We're on some head assery today. I like this.
Hell yeah.
'Cause I
I mean,
gotta
we
match the
haven't seen each
vibes. I gotta match the vibes.
other.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I mean, if we're gonna put
I
this out,
match
like
the
I
vibes.
gotta
Okay. Okay.
can't just say.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You know what?
I gotta move y'all
I'm
over here.
waiting.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm not even using OBS. It was lagging so hard. I had to stream straight to YouTube. But it should be
YouTube stream.
yeah, it should be good now. Y'all can see me. Y'all should be able to see me
Yeah, we see you.
Discord
Yeah.
and
Yeah, we see you.
all right, all
Okay.
right. We good, we good, we good. All right. All right, let's get it started, man. Let's hop right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live?
We live, baby.
Oh
We live.
snap! What's up, y'all? What's up, people? Hope everyone's having a great evening on this wonderful Tuesday. Man, we haven't seen each other in like a week.
Oh
You
yeah.
know
I
how
haven't.
y'all been?
I've been good, man. Man, my team, we squeaked past the Saints this Sunday. Barely. But we got the dub, so I ain't tripping too bad. I ain't too upset. Just trying to make the
Okay.
playoffs at this point, man. I ain't seen the playoffs in years, bro. I'm just trying to make the playoffs, bro. Some way, somehow.
So are y'all still in contention to make the playoffs, right?
Yeah,
Where are you guys?
we
Yeah,
got a good chance. We're 9-5 right now, so we have a pretty good
yeah.
chance of making it. These we got 3 more games left, bro. We got the Eagles, the Falcons, and the Cowboys. Um, Pretty much that game we play against the Falcons is going to choose if we make it or not. If we win,
Yeah.
if we beat the Falcons and lose the other 2 games, we're definitely in. But if we lose to the Falcons, we're going to need some help getting in. We're going to need some other people to
Like
lose,
you
and
guys would need like Green Bay to lose or Tampa Bay.
pretty much, I don't think we're going to catch Green Bay. Honestly, I mean, if we do, we do. But if we lose to the Falcons, we got to hope the Falcons lose another game somewhere else. The Falcons have to win out and beat. They have to win out. If they win out, they're in.
Mm.
All we got to do is beat the Falcons because they're on our tails. Uh, the Rams are leading their division, even though they have a worse record than us. And then the Seahawks play the Rams. The Seahawks and the Rams play again at the end of the season. So only one of them 2 teams are going to make it to the playoffs, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we just gotta handle business.
You guys have a tough opponent coming into town. But we can
Yeah, we'll
we'll
get
get to
there.
that a little bit.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
only
yeah,
one
yeah.
of the only one of those games is hard for you guys. I think you guys can win the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Honestly, bro, we'll get to it when we get to it. But yeah, for sure.
I mean, okay. How you been, Miles?
I'm good, man. I'm thriving and surviving. So
Okay.
that's kind of that's my life. That's what my team. That's what my fantasy team thriving and surviving, man. That's what I'm trying to do.
Mm, I like it. I like it.
Ah,
All right. So should we talk about fantasy first?
yeah, let's hop into
Okay, well,
fantasy.
all right, let's do it. Um, so the first game I have was me against Jay Sean. Now we didn't make our picks, but it's okay. Um, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just playing this roster. I mean, now that they're finally healthy, Like if I lose, I lose. But pretty much this is the roster that I'm playing. If everyone stays healthy, it just sucks that I'm getting this roster now, and I couldn't have it like I don't know at least 2-3 weeks ago maybe. But hey, it is what it is. I beat Jay Sean, which I'll take it. I'm just trying to move up. I'm just
So
trying to get.
this is a 2-week round.
Yeah.
For the
Okay.
playoffs, yeah.
Hey,
So you play Jay Sean again next week.
no.
Yes, and it's
Do I?
cumulative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, we play the same person. So yes.
It's cumulative between 2 weeks. So you have
Mm-hmm.
to go out there and do it again.
Exactly.
You have a 5-point lead.
So you gotta so
Mm.
Miles, to put that in perspective, you lost to Lincoln by like what 55 points. So you have to beat him
Yeah.
by like 55,
60.
56 points next week to move on to the
Yeah.
You gotta blow him out.
Damn.
I gotta reverse sweep it.
Yeah.
But I'm from Ohio. LeBron's from Ohio. LeBron's the only person ever reverse sweep. I've never seen in the finals.
Yeah.
It
ain't nothing, man. 3-1 ain't nothing.
So I got to do it. I'm down 3-1.
I think he.
What did Clay say?
Did he play Charbonnet?
He did. He only got like 10 points though. He didn't get that many points. 13. He got 13. My biggest thing is Zach Ertz got hurt partway through the game, and then Darnell Mooney scored 0 points. So both of those really hurt me. Like I had some other people not perform as well.
Yeah.
But those two getting so low on top of my other people not perform, because like I'd say in a week, what 1 or 2 people aren't going to perform like you want them to.
Yeah.
In general, I had 4 people. I had 4 people not perform.
The crazy thing is though, he had Cooper Kupp put up 0-2 and he still scored 156.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you supposed to do? Like,
it would have been hard. It'd been hard on a regular week.
Man,
yeah.
I added it up. Even if I had all the people on my bench put in like over, I still wouldn't have got there.
Yeah, bro. It's just when like St. Brown and G. Gibbs went off. Jaden Daniels had a good game.
Defense went crazy.
T. McBride solid. Defense went crazy. Kicker went solid. Your kicker went solid too, but I don't know, bro. Even if it was nothing you could have done. It was nothing you could have played this week to beat him. Unfortunately,
I just gotta hope for next week. That's all I got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we're thriving and surviving. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Thriving and oh, there, you man. I've been trying to find this whole time. Been trying to find to see the breakdown online. I still heard what you guys were saying.
Yeah, but that's the 1 seed going against the 4 seed. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. See, but if I would have had that 4 seed, I would have won.
Yeah, for real. That's just how it happened. That's when Notre Dame barely make it in and they get beat up by Alabama. But they made it. They made it.
Yeah. That's
and Ohio State sitting at home. Like, damn, we would have beat them.
That's true.
Gave them a better game.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Ohio State issues. A lot of issues over there.
Yeah, that was our matchup.
Yeah.
We can quickly go through my matchup real quick.
Yeah.
I played Max. I just had like a really good week, bro. My players was just hitting. They just was going crazy. All of them, almost all of them, just went crazy. And it's crazy because my other league, they went crazy too. I had 174 in my other league, so
damn.
I don't know, but it just like I wish I would have been in the play. I'm in the playoffs in my other league, but I wish I would in the playoffs this league, this one, because I would have been all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
I was watching the Cincinnati game and I knew you had them, and I was like, dang, I know Denzel's team's going crazy right now. Because I just kept watching them get interceptions or a fumble. They should have had another touchdown, but The guy dropped
Mhm.
it on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bro, I was
I was
watching
like,
that game, bro, and I had seen like the highlights at the beginning, and I seen Titans that scored like they had scored pretty easy. I'm like, dang, I knew I shouldn't have picked the Bengals defense. It's about to be a high scoring game, and then I kind of like not paid attention to it. And I went back and I said 18 points. God dang. I'm like, I'm glad I picked them. I know it
where
was
has that
sketchy,
defense been?
bro. That's what
Where
I'm
has that
saying.
defense
It was
been all year?
sketchy. It was sketchy because even though they're playing the Titans, we know the Titans don't put up that much points, but they were projected to get 7.6 fantasy points. I'm like, the Bengals defense 7.6. So I was like, should I trust it? And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go out on a limb. And I didn't even need it, but I went out on a limb. I'm definitely dropping them this week, no matter who they play. But they gave me 18 points. They did what they needed to do, for sure.
Okay. Hell yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is Max's defense did 22. That's insane.
Right, bro.
Yeah. Wow. Dang. Well,
That's crazy.
and then but he put up good numbers too. But your guys just went all. You had 1, 2, 3, 4,
The
5,
only person that
7.
only person that didn't go off was DeAndre Swift, and he still had a solid 9.9. But
Yeah. Yeah. 1 in the 36 and 3 in the 20s, high 20s. That was good. Yeah. Well, let's see if your team can carry it on. Keep it going.
I don't expect it. Based off how the season went, I'm not even gonna expect all that shit to go down. But yeah.
Well, we shall see. Next one after that one, we got Robert versus Chubb.
Robert versus Chubb.
Aaron
Rob
Rodgers
won.
and Devontae
All
Adams
thanks
went
to
off.
Devontae. Yeah.
Yo, Rob not happy about possibly getting last. I was watching the
He said
chat.
no way.
Yeah, he doesn't
He's
like
like,
it. He does not like
y'all
does
should
not
kick
like
me
being
out
in
the
that
league.
situation.
I'm like, bro, it's not
Yeah.
that serious, but
Wait, he
nah.
wants to be out of the league.
He said, I'm not
He's
paying. He said if he get
yeah.
last, he's like, I'm not paying. I'll kick me out the league. I'm like, bro, you gotta pay the $20 to the third. We voted on it. You're gonna have to give him the $20, bro. It is what it
That's what I'm
is.
saying. You agreed to it.
Like,
Yeah.
like we gonna catch you.
Wow.
We're gonna catch you when we go camping. So like, it's inevitable
Exactly.
at this point. Like, it's just it is what it is.
And like I said, like I told y'all, like if he doesn't pay up by then at camping, just ignore him. Like whenever just is someone talking?
Yeah, who is that?
Yeah.
But we gonna. It's gonna be some
Yeah.
crazy shit that's gonna go down if that happens. That shit gonna be
What?
funny. I said it's gonna be some crazy shit that go down if that happens because we all gonna be fucked up. We gonna be ignoring Rod. Rod gonna do some crazy wild shit, bro. Like it's gonna be too wild, too wild.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the last one.
This is actually probably the best matchup of it's probably the most exciting matchup.
Yeah.
Because Cody has been, Evan has been going off the past.
Mm-hmm.
He's on a 7-game win streak before this.
Bro, this was the week of the defenses, bro. This was for sure the week of the defenses.
Yeah, Broncos 19.
19, bro. That Broncos defense.
Chargers getting 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Saquon.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Cody, because Cody's not down by. Evan's not down by that much, so it'll be exciting to see what he does.
And he had Saquon that only put him 9 points. He's playing against us. Our run defense isn't good, so he can definitely. It's definitely gonna be interesting to see what next week show, because that's gonna be definitely the matchup to watch next week for sure.
Yeah. He's gonna have to. We have to see if he makes any changes there, and also, I don't think Saquon is gonna repeatedly only get 9 points.
Is it bad that I kind of want Rob to get last just to see what happens? I just want to see what happened, bro. Like, I know this. I just want to
For
see.
me,
I just
it's
want to
just
see
more
how he reacts.
Deshaun or Rob. One of those two.
No, Jay Sean
If
can't
it's
get
Jay
last.
Sean or Rob,
Oh,
why
Yeah.
can't he?
he could get last because it's off points, right? Or
I don't know, bro.
because he's in a matchup for the. He's fighting.
Let
Jay
me get off
Sean is
of
fighting for the. Yeah, I think it is points because right now they're saying Jay Sean and Chubb are tied still. I don't know how that shit works, to be honest, bro. Because right now it's saying me and Nico are tied. Evan and Cody are technically tied. Like,
yeah, it's different. I mean, at least in the playoff, like in the other league. I mean, every league is different, but the other league I'm in, we do the thing where like 6 and 8 will face each other, and then the two losers of the two games like face each other, and the two winners go ahead and they face each other. And
Yeah, that's the thing. Do the losers face each other, or how does that work?
usually it's the losers. So like, it'll be like, for instance, what is it? 5 and 6, like they would face each other. 7 and 8 would face each other, and whoever loses, right, would become the new
that's
7 and 8, and the winners would go up to 5 and 6, and then like it would just trickle down, something like that.
Guess we
And
just
then
gotta wait and see.
is the losers playing at the very end.
It says right here the playoff seeding tiebreaker is so this should mean the standings, right? Is total points 4. How do I see like? So there's gonna be a game. So we still have 3 more weeks of fantasy, right?
Yeah, we got next week, and then we have 2 more weeks of the championship round. But I'm thinking the championship round. Yeah, because that'll be the end of the season too. The championship round is 2 weeks too.
But do you guys play, or
I think we do
you
play
guys
for
play?
seeding. I think we still play for seeding though, because depending on.
So you want to throw, but the lowest I can get is 4th.
Yeah, the lowest you can.
Or no? How do I make the playoffs and not come in 4th?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. I don't know how that works. I think the lowest you can get is 4th. That's what makes sense. So I'm trying to think.
That
doesn't
make
so
any sense.
It would be 1 versus 4, then 3 versus 2.
You know what?
And
I think
then-
everyone's season is over after.
Oh wait, no,
week.
I'm no. I because all I do is play Evan, and then the season's over.
Yeah, and then the season's over, except for the toilet bowl and the championship. I think the toilet bowl plays to get last place 2 more weeks, and then the championship plays to get first place for 2 more weeks. Everybody else's season is over next week, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's
so
how
I could get the lowest I can get is 4th place.
Yes, correct. And I'm playing for the 5th and 6th spot, so the lowest I can get is 6, and Nico's playing for the 7 and 8th, so the lowest he can get is 8th. And I think that's how.
Okay. I see.
Because we don't play again. It'll be no point for us to play another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, we're playing against the same person for 4 weeks. Like, come on, bro.
But if I go to playoff bracket, it shows another matchup for you guys. Another 2 weeks.
For real?
Yeah, we got 15, 16 is this one, and the next one is 17 and 18.
Can you guys see this? There's another week.
Yeah, it says to be determined. I don't know, bro. I mean, if it plays, I'll play it again. I'll still continue to play. At least we know for next season, like, all right, we got to take that out.
This is trash. Yeah,
there's
hell
no
yeah.
point. There's no point for us to be playing right now.
Could I take it off now?
No. I don't know. Are you the commissioner? You should be able to. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if they let you.
Because we already played 1 game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Playoff bracket setup. Weeks in playoff. Oh, okay. Weeks in championship round 2. I could edit it though. I don't want to do that though. I don't want to fuck up what we got going.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it this year.
Damn.
Keep it down in the notes for next year for that. Owners meeting.
I just gotta play out. Yeah. We're gonna do an owners meeting in the summer.
Yeah. I'll write that down.
All right, let's hop into these games, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
These are some crazy. Well, I'm gonna say crazy, but there was a couple crazy games. Let's start with that Thursday game, that Rams and 49ers. Did y'all see that shit? That shit was ass. That shit was
Yeah, I turned it off.
terrible, bro. That shit was so hard to watch. Like,
Yeah.
I was in a car and I'm like watching it on my phone as I'm driving, and I'm like, oh, this shit is so hard to watch. And I wanted the Rams to lose, so I wanted to see if they was gonna lose or not. And like, it was just punt after punt after punt. Shit was terrible, bro. It was
was
probably the
touchy.
worst game of the week.
That was yeah. Agree.
Like, was it even
The
any
Falcons
turnovers?
Raiders a close second.
What'd you say?
Falcons and Raiders a close second to worst
Oh,
game of the
yeah,
week.
that shit was brutal too. That shit was
Let's
dumb.
get all the bad games out.
That Bears Vikings game was stupid too. Like, it wasn't even competitive.
Oh, wait. You know what? My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. Finish what you were gonna say.
No, I was just saying that Bears Vikings, like both of the games last night were just bad games to me.
Yeah, last night wasn't that
It just
exciting.
wasn't
It wasn't
good,
that exciting
bro.
of a games either.
Wasn't good to watch.
Yeah.
What's going on? So in my thought, if I pay somebody 200 something million, they're gonna score a few touchdowns a game, at least one. What's going on with Kirk Cousins?
Hey, I don't know, but keep that
did
shit
score a
up when we
touchdown.
play you next
He did
week.
break
That's
his-
all I got to say. He looked
He did
terrible.
break his.
He what?
And here's the whole thing. I got a wide receiver on that team. That I know I shouldn't talk about fantasy, but I got a wide receiver on that team, bro. I'm gonna put him out one of these weeks, and he's gonna go off. He's gonna do some Kirk Cousins shit. I know it, bro. I know it. I thought it was gonna happen this week, but it didn't. That's all I gotta say.
Bro, I have Drake London. I started him most of the season, but until I got to the point where I realized that Kirk Cousins just wasn't going to do it, and it's just like an up and down every week, up and down every week. Luckily I benched him. I benched him this week because the wide receivers I started over him got more points. But
that's all of my wide receivers are just, you don't know what week they're gonna hit, bro.
They
Every single one.
You said earlier that the Falcons have to win out to remain in the playoffs, correct?
Yes, they have to win
So
out.
if they lose one,
if they lose one more, they're out. So they play us, they play the Giants, and they play the Panthers. They can win two of those. Two of those, three of them are pretty winnable for them. Except the Panthers are kind of playing a little bit better, and I don't think they're gonna beat us. But
I was just gonna go for when were they gonna go, and when do you think they would start the backup? If they if they lose this week, will they start it next week because the season's over?
They'll start the backup probably when they lose one more game, but they will have to win out, and then we will have to lose two of our last three. So we play the Eagles, the Falcons, and the Cowboys, because that way, if we lose two of our last three and they win out, we'll have the same record. We'll both be at 10-7, but they will have the tiebreaker because they beat us. So.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only team that can really catch us right now at this point. All the other teams are fighting for the Seahawks and the Rams. They're fighting for their division. The Buccaneers look like they're going to beat that division. The Falcons are still in that division too, but I don't think they're going to catch the Bucks. And all the other teams are pretty much done. For like the 49ers are done. They lost to the Rams. That was pretty much it.
Yeah. And was it Copeland, the one that left mid game on the third?
Oh no, it was a defensive player. I forgot who his name was. He refused to go back into the game. You talking about him?
Yeah.
Yeah, they released him. I think they released him, bro. Like, how you know you in the football game, and they said he pretty much didn't want to go back into the game because what's the linebacker for the 49ers? He's really good. He tore his Achilles in the Super Bowl last year. Greenlaw. Yeah. Greenlaw came back this week, and he didn't think he should be playing behind him or some shit like that. He didn't want to. He wanted to start pretty much, or he wanted to get more snaps. So when they finally asked him to go in the game, he was like, "No, I'm not playing," and he walked off the field. And I'm like, "Bro, you in the NFL? You gonna throw away your whole career for that shit?" Like other teams is looking at that shit, bro. Like
that
some of these dudes is like crazy, bro. Like you trying to be in the NFL for years and years to come, and you just gonna not go in the game. Like you could at least go in the game and play bad, but you gonna not go in the game, bro. That shit's crazy,
because you played not even a full season, but because you've done good.
bro. That's what I'm saying. Because he started most of the season, and then Greenlaw comes back and he takes the starting spot. But I'm like, Greenlaw is a
Yeah.
Pro Bowl caliber, All Pro linebacker, bro. He's not just like nobody. He's one of the ones, and like I don't know. That's how they season been
No,
going,
Yeah.
man.
go ahead, Miles.
No, I was just gonna say no team sees that and wants to put that
Bro, that's what I'm
on the
saying.
team. So it's like it's
His
gonna be
career,
bad for him.
yeah, his career is pretty much done, honestly.
Because I feel like this is not just like a front office thing. Like, it's like this is a team, and when you're part of a team, right? Whether it's good or bad or whatever, it impacts you. At some point, you gotta like get over it and just like focus on what's best for the team. And in that moment, like he knew he had to know that he was still a backup. And like what did you think was going to happen? And now you threw all of that away, but in a manner in which not even your teammates can respect you. And teammates are the ones that are most willing to like overlook, hey, this dude is trying to get his money, he's not showing up to camp, because they understand, hey, everyone's trying to get a bag. But like this type of move, it will not only turn off like executives and people that run GMs and all that, but it's gonna put away a locker room. And if a locker room is not vibing with the dude, he's not gonna play,
Yeah, his
or
name
they're
is
not gonna want him.
Devondre Campbell.
Yeah.
Oh no, they didn't even drop him. They just suspended him 3 games. So they suspended him to the
Yep.
end of the season, pretty much, for not playing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's
You're
yeah.
done, buddy. They say you're done, buddy. Sit your ass down.
You're
What you
done.
gonna do?
All right, let's go ahead and move on to another game. Patriots, Cardinals. Not much to say. I mean, Cardinals get a dub. I kind of knew that was going to happen. Drake May looks
Yeah.
awesome. Yada yada yada. I don't like all the Gerard Mayo talk, the anti-Gerard Mayo talk. I think what did you expect? What did you think was going to happen with this team? Like you thought that he was going to be able to get us into the playoffs? Like I don't get what fans expect real expectations was. And like this was going to be a bad team. It was a bad team. But the thing that this showed us is, hey, we got some pretty good defensive players, here and there. Uh, we
I think
found the guy.
I think
We
Drake
found the
May.
quarter.
I think Drake May is the second best quarterback in this draft, honestly, from what I've seen. If he played the full season and his team wasn't bad, like don't get me wrong, Bo Nix is a good. He's going to be great in this league. But bro has about 3-4 games where he got bailed out by that defense. Like this team could easily have 3 or 4 more losses strictly off of how bad Bo Nix has played. Because I've been watching him too. But that Broncos defense has put up multiple games where they had 3-4 turnovers in those games, and they just come and save the day. But from what I've seen from Drake May, he's good, bro. And the only other weapon he got on that offense that I can think of is Ramondre Stevenson. And Ramondre Stevenson, don't get me wrong, he's good too, but he ain't like top 10 running backs in the league to me. So
This has been his worst year. I love Ramondre Stevenson
like
from his first. Like oh man, I was so happy. But this has been his worst year. He's fumbled 6 times or something, 4 or 6 times. Like he was like fumbling every game there for
yeah.
a minute. But yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like, what did you expect? Like, at least we found someone,
Hmm.
and hey, they're doing the best they can. But
We
I
picked up
mean,
KJ Osborne too. Y'all dropped KJ Osborne and we picked him up.
yeah, like when Campbell, the coach for the Lions, when he came in, he didn't do good in his first year. I
Nah, it
think they
was
only won
bad.
5 games, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty bad this
So
first year.
like, yo, let's. It takes time to build a culture. I know we want to win. I mean, we're the Patriots, but it's not going to happen in 1 year. The type of rollback that we need.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. I think this offseason is going to be very important, and depending what happens in the offseason, then maybe we can start judging
Who do
Coach
you
Mayo and
who do you
deciding.
want to
But
draft in
until
the first round? Because y'all definitely
yeah.
gonna have y'all definitely gonna have like a top 4 pick. Who do you want?
Oh man, I know everyone says Travis Hunter, but uh, I would want to see how many offensive linemen are coming out, or if there's a lot of offensive linemen in free agency. That's
I
where
look.
we need to fix first before
I
we do
think
anything. That's our immediate
I
fix.
agree with you, but you have Drake May coming into his sophomore season. If he doesn't have any weapons to throw to, it doesn't matter who's blocking for him. He need at least one weapon. It's just as important actually because you do need a line just as important as you need weapons. But you can get a lineman or two in the trade
Hmm.
to come there. I feel like to get a upper echelon skill player, I feel like they're not going to want to come to the Patriots. No disrespect, only because it's like you guys are coming off a bad season. Usually, top tier players are going to want to go to contending teams, at least skill wise. At least linemen, they don't. I don't think they really care as long as they're getting compensated pretty well. But I think you should guys should in my mind, I think you guys should get Travis, go into the off season, pick up some guards and some tackles, maybe like two solid ones, and take it from there. Keep Ramondre Stevenson back there. I don't know how y'all wide receiver core is. I know y'all got some young guys over there that's pretty solid, but I think if you get Travis, and I think y'all should try Travis at wide receiver and cornerback until it looks like he can't do both. Let him do both, bro. Like, why limit him until it looks like he can't? Then you sit down and be like, okay, Travis, this is what we got to do. This is how we're gonna move forward. You're gonna just play DB, or you're gonna just play wide receiver. But I think y'all should let him play both and just see how it go.
I mean, I mean, I would still welcome Travis and just, and I understand. Like, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
Something a friend tells me is pick when you're drafting someone, pick the best person that's available at that position. And if Travis Hunter's there, Heisman, he won the Heisman, right? And he'll definitely help on defense and offense. And that's why like I would be okay with it. But that just means that in the free agency,
hmm
sure, we may I agree that we may not be a hot destination, but I think Drake may be turning heads, and also we got the money.
yeah,
So some people want to get paid, and if
Is
they want to.
Junty is Junty going to the draft?
yeah. But he's not going to be top 15. He's a running back. He's not. Hopefully, he falls to the Commanders. I pick him up, but I don't think he's going to be top 15. I think the first two picks are going to be QB. Shadur Campbell. I mean, Shadur Campbell. Shadur Sanders and Cam Ward are going to be the
War.
first two picks. The first two picks
Yeah.
is going to probably be Giants and the Raiders. They're not winning any more games this season. And then it's the Patriots and the Browns, maybe. I think the Patriots probably end up with the third pick.
The
And I
Panthers,
think
maybe.
I think the Panthers got 5 wins. Four. They got four. But I think the Patriots will end up with a third pick though. And I think Travis will be third. I don't think you can pass up Travis
I know, yeah. I mean,
after
I
23.
understand, like either way, but that they just that's I'm good. I'm not going to be paying attention too much to who we get at wide
hmm
receiver. A skill. I want to know who are we getting on the line because you've seen it with the Lions with Penny Sewell. You
hmm
saw it with the Chargers with Joe Alt. You have seen it where else? I mean, John Lane with Hertz, which by the way, Hertz can pass.
But I will say
And
And
this.
we're
then
gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that.
I will. All right, we can talk about that. I will say, Trent Williams though, he for the 49ers, he was traded to the 49ers. Not even actually, he wasn't traded. He went in free agency. So that can be something like what you guys can go. It's going to be a lot of linemen who are on bad teams who are really good linemen that y'all can. And I know y'all got some money. Y'all not like the Browns where y'all paid Diddy Watson all that money and don't have nothing left over. So y'all can pay some
Yeah,
people and
you can go spend time with Mia
Diddy
Khalifa.
and pick
Watson.
up some of that money. Yeah, man.
Let's allegedly.
Diddy
Um,
Watson.
let- let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's Myers, was there something that caught
So Denzel hopped on the rhetoric of all the media last week saying,
Ooh,
I don't know if Jalen Hurts can pass or he's a mediocre quarterback. And he went out there and targeted his top receivers, uh, and did what we all said he wouldn't do, which is blow out the Steelers. So he showed up and put his foot down, and then showed up on the post game with some diamonds dancing. It was
is
that's
that what you wanted to see?
Look, I mean,
Or something like
that is what I wanted to see. He showed me he could be a quarterback again. I mean, he hasn't had one of these games all season, damn near, bro. But to be honest, bro, like he was. Let's look at his numbers. Let's look at his numbers. He was 25 for 32, 290 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. This is what you expect.
average pass with 9.1 yards.
This is what you expect from him. This is with this type of team. This is what you expect from him, bro. He had he had a rushing touchdown too. I think it was one of those fish
yeah, it was
pushes.
a tush push, yeah.
But
But
this is something that
look,
Myers was trying to say last week. Don't you equate the reason that he did that good or he did that is because Saquon, they were making that Pittsburgh probably had a plan and saying, hey,
definitely,
Saquon's not going to beat us.
definitely,
I
they had a
I
lot of
don't know if
one
this.
on. No,
Go
definitely,
ahead.
they had a lot of cushions. They gave AJ Brown
But
and Devontae Smith a lot of cushions the whole game. But I mean, that's what you kind of
yeah,
got to do. But the thing is, look, he had a great game. I'm not saying I've never said Jalen Hurts was a bad football player. I just don't
you
think
had
he's a
him at
You
man.
said this season a lot of people were playing better than him. And
You had
this
him
week
at
he showed that he's playing a lot better than a lot of those people you said.
look. I haven't seen it consistently from Jalen Hurts all season. I can't put
But
him
they're
above.
12-2. What are they? 12-2?
and the defense is not him passing.
So
The offense is not him passing. It's Saquon Barkley.
They have Saquon. He hasn't needed to wheel and deal. He doesn't have to do that. When
He
they
has to make an effort. They have to make a concerted effort to do.
when they contain Saquon, he can go out there and do it.
He's like, okay.
If they were losing, I feel like, but they're 12-2. You can't say but he's playing bad. He's not playing bad. They're winning.
no, he was playing bad while they were winning. He had a few games.
That doesn't make sense. The ball's in his hand every play, and he's playing bad, but they're winning.
He's had multiple games this season where he had 12 to 15 passing attempts, and they still won the game. I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell you.
Play calling. There's a difference between someone that's getting 15 opportunities. He's getting 15 opportunities a game, and then Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes, who's getting 30 attempts a game. They're gonna look better on the stats because they don't have Saquon Barkley.
You're looking at stats and wins. I'm looking at how watching him play. He played much better this Sunday. I'm not going to take that away from him. I'm talking about in the past. When you watch some of them games, it's like, bro, what are you doing? I don't know what the excuse was. I don't know if it was him concussed. I don't know if it was his relationship with AJ Brown. Maybe they fixed it. But I have the right to say he was playing bad. If you watch them games, he was not playing that good. There was about 10 to 12 quarterbacks who were playing better than him over the last few weeks. Now this week he shut everybody up. He came out. The Steelers game plan was to stop Saquon, and he made the easy passes throughout the game. He made the passes that needed to be made, and he got the team to win. That's what they were asking him for. But when they let Saquon, okay, so how many quarterbacks do you think you can plug into Jalen Hurts and they still be 12-2? Let me ask you that, because I think there's at least 10 to 12 quarterbacks that can do that. Is it not?
You can plug in what?
But Saquon was on the Giants last year, and they weren't nowhere near as good. And the Giants had a good defense. The Giants
Miles, why were they not? Why were they not good, Miles? Who was on their offense, Miles? Saquon, that was it. They weren't putting up any points.
They had wide receivers too. They had Nico Collins.
The Giants. Nico Collins played for the Texans.
Wait. No, you're right.
The Giants had Saquon, and that was it. They had Saquon, and that was it. All I'm saying is the Eagles are stacked. They're top 2 stacked team in the league. Only other stacked team I would say is the Lions, but their defense is going through so much injuries. All I'm saying is you can plug and play 10 QBs and they will still have the same record. That's all.
I don't think so. No.
So if you put Patrick Mahomes,
you're saying 10 QBs. You're saying 10 QBs, but are those 10 QBs the top QBs in the league? Because I think those guys are going to be successful anywhere you put them. Like obviously you put Lamar Jackson there, it's going to be just good.
I think if you put Joe Burrow on the Eagles, they are having the same season or better. But you put him on the Bengals, they're not making the playoffs. So that's a
Jalen. But I think Joe Burrow's better than Jalen Hurts though. So
yes, let me name it all for you. Hold on. I'm gonna give it to you 10 QBs that I have. Look, 10 QBs and last week. Okay, I don't even got to do it then. So we are.
Go ahead, because I want to hear who it is. Because I want to hear who it is this week after what happened.
I'm gonna say this. We can move on. I'm gonna say this and we can move on. So, look, 10 QBs that I think they will have the same season or better. Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
Easy ones, yeah.
Now this is gonna get into nitty gritty. And I know y'all gonna start disagreeing with me, but if y'all watch the games and look at the stats, they back up. No, listen, I'm giving you a disclaimer. They back up what I'm gonna say. Jaden Daniels, Sam Darnold. Look at what he's doing on the Vikings. Look at what the Eagles have, and look at what Sam Darnold is doing on the Vikings. They have the same record as the Eagles. Come on now. And the Eagles are a way better team than the Vikings, surrounded around them. So why wouldn't he be able to do better? But I'm just, why wouldn't he be able to same to do better? Yes, bro. You gotta look at these dudes play. All right, so that's 6, right? Sam Darnold.
Okay, I'll give you 6.
Okay,
I'll give you 6.
The Texans quarterback, CJ Stroud, Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield. That's 9. I gotta take a look. Hold on, because I know it's another one. I know it's at least another, or probably another 2. But let me take a look because I know I'm missing something.
I'm sorry. I was kind of
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
If you take Jared Goff from the Lions and put him on the Eagles, he would be having the same.
He said Baker Mayfield, CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud?
Yes.
I disagree. I think you're disrespecting Jalen Hurts with a few of those.
Who was I wrong about?
Sam Darnold.
Can I give you an explanation on Sam Darnold? Who has the better O-line? The Vikings or the Eagles? Be real.
Eagles.
Who has the better defense? The Vikings or the Eagles?
Okay, you're gonna say that they're all the same. You're gonna say that the Eagles are better.
Everywhere.
They have the same record.
They have the same record. Why wouldn't Sam Darnold be just as great?
But
no. What? And then when you put on top of that, the bad game, then you put on top of that the bad games that Jalen Hurts has played and they still won. That's all I'm saying. I just don't think Jalen Hurts is consistently top 5, top 8 in the league at quarterback.
Wait, and you think Sam Darnold has won the Vikings every single game?
No, the Vikings still have a really good roster. I'm gonna say that, and their coach is really good.
But I think the skill set that they have with Jalen Hurts is not going to translate to every quarterback the same way. So I think the way that Jalen Hurts has found success on this team, not another quarterback, like I'd give it to Baker Mayfield.
But you're saying his fit.
And then obviously,
you're saying the way he fits on the team with him rushing and the way shit goes. I see what you're saying.
Yes.
I disagree.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to have.
I understand what you're saying though, but I just disagree. I think a lot of quarterbacks could be put in that same situation. And
I don't think so because I think the way they run plays and the way they put because they've had the same their offense. If you watch their offense in previous years to this year, it's not much of a difference. They're obviously Saquon's just Saquon.
Their defense
You know
is
what
just
I'm saying?
top two. Their
Well,
defense
that
is
and
top two.
that too. They have a
And
great
they have
great
Saquon.
defense, so
They have Saquon.
they can always be competitive. But if you put a lot of these other quarterbacks in the situations, Jalen Hurts performs better because he's used to this offense. I don't know if you can literally plug and play the way you're saying.
Look,
that's why I disagree with CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud has put together one good season last year, and he hasn't been able to recreate.
I know in that Panthers game, there's about 15 quarterbacks in the league that'll make some of them passes Jalen Hurts missed. I'm gonna say that.
Maybe he's not passing often, so he's not getting in a rhythm. Good shooters hit slumps.
Maybe.
Did the Eagles beat the Commanders?
Yeah.
They beat the Commanders. They beat the Carolina that he's talking about. They beat a lot of teams. I don't understand how he's playing bad, but they have one of the best records in the league.
They beat
the same record as the Vikings.
Listen, do y'all want to get into the game? Because y'all could talk about team records and all that. I'm talking about individual players. Do y'all want to get into that Commanders game and see the stats and how that game went? Because I remember
not just the Commanders game, but I don't know. From what I'm understanding, my rebuttal to what you're saying. If you're trying to compare them to the Vikings and saying look, he's played awful, but they still won because he has a great defense. Well, sure, that's I would say that's a lot of the teams, but I mean that's just because they have a good defense. Vikings is like that. I don't think Sam Darnold is the reason, and I believe that I'm surprised that you have put Sam Darnold above Jalen Hurts when you're saying that you don't believe in Sam Darnold in the playoffs.
Well, playoffs is different. I'm talking about this season right now. If you're going off careers, I'm taking and I said this last week. I said this last Tuesday. If you're going off careers, I'm taking Jalen Hurts top 5 in the league. I'm talking about this season, this right now. He's not top 10 quarterback right now to me.
And then you get to that, but you don't. It sounds like you don't take into consideration Saquon Barkley, the Saquon Barkley effect, the impact of it, which is the difference.
All I'm saying
that he's had.
If you have Saquon Barkley and then you're asked to throw, you should be much more accurate. That's all I'm saying. Your decision making should be polished.
But with wide receivers and quarterbacks, it's about reps. And so if the number of reps now gets decreased, or now those numbers are going to be a little bit higher.
Look, man, he's been playing in the league for 5 seasons. I don't want to hear about no reps when I'm looking at him play and he sees AJ Brown coming across as a slant, wide open, and he does not pass him the ball. I don't want to hear nothing about no reps. He's been playing quarterback his whole life. He knows how to get a guy, top wide receiver in the league, the ball when he's wide open. That's all I'm saying. But we can move on. I don't want to waste too much time.
Yeah. No. That's fine. That was just one that was brought up. Yeah, let's see. What other games do y'all want to talk? Well, we left our page here. Chiefs versus Browns. Anything to say on that one?
Mahomes rolled his ankle. That's the only away from that. I was watching him move around on it earlier today, and it looked like he could barely sprint. So that's going to be something interesting. I think they should sit him a couple of weeks, honestly, but.
So that's what I was going to ask. They need one more win to clinch the 1 seed, right?
Yeah.
So who else is in the AFC? Who's second in the AFC? Bills? Yeah, Bills will have 3 losses now. So yeah, they need
I think they need one more to clinch
they need one more game.
So
I think they can sit him 2 weeks and play him the last week to get him ready for the playoffs. I think they should sit him this weekend, to be honest. But we'll see what they do with that. But his ankle doesn't look good right now. I don't see why they would need to force him to play this weekend. It just doesn't make sense. But you still have another chance after this week to clinch the 1st seed. So.
Yeah, same. I think we're probably going to see some Carson Wentz here at the end. This is what Patriots did in our dynasty days. Once we clinched the 1st seed, we start resting the guys. All right, Bengals versus Titans. We talked a little bit about this game, but Miles, you want to start?
This is a sloppy game, man. I think Joe Burrow threw 2 interceptions and had a fumble. It was the one where the big guy took it. I don't know if you guys saw the video when I kept seeing it everywhere. The big guy took it and stiff armed somebody.
Yep.
and he's running down the sideline. So the Bengals had so many turnovers. The Titans also, Will Levis got taken out of the game. He threw 3 picks. Honestly, if I wasn't a fan of the Bengals, I wouldn't have watched this game. It was great. It was a great learning moment for young football players on how to not play. That's the only good I feel like you could have got from watching this game. Because even though we won, it was just like it was in the worst way possible.
Yeah, Will Levis.
Will Levis.
I just think Will Levis isn't a starting quarterback in the NFL. I just don't think so. He can be a backup. I think he could be a backup. I think he could come in and close out a game if you need him to, or maybe try to win you a game, possibly. But he's not. From what I've seen, he's just not a starting quarterback, bro. I think if you make him going into next year, if you try to start Will Levis, you're forcing it. You're just forcing your offense to try to be good when Will Levis just isn't good. Like, he's not going to ever be a starting quarterback in this league. But the Titans just look bad. Man, I really thought the Bengals would make the playoffs. I wanted to see them in the playoffs. If they had a solid defense, bro,
we can make the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. You guys still can make
the playoffs. So we need to win out, obviously. We need to win all of our games, and then we need Indianapolis to lose, and we need the Dolphins to lose.
To lose one or lose out?
I believe lose one.
Because Indiana has the same record as you, so they might just need to lose one. And then the Dolphins, where's the Dolphins? What is the Dolphins at?
Dolphins are 6-8 as well.
Okay, yeah. So those 2 teams just need to lose one, and y'all went out. I ain't gonna lie,
we can make it.
Y'all make the playoffs, and Joe Burrow put up 50 points every game.
That's the whole thing, and that's the whole thing. Like, I would love to make it to the playoffs, just like to have that. Mm-hmm. I just don't like the playoffs. Is when your defense and everything has to be better than what it was. We don't have that opportunity. I don't really see playoff environment, playoff feel. Our defense do what needs to be done. It'd be great to make it, but I don't see us making a deep run if we do. I'd love to be proven wrong. But I've watched this team every week,
bro,
and I got to be honest. I want us to go all the way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a delusional person. I live in crazy reality.
It's just crazy that some of the players that's on this Bengals team in the season they have. Like, Jamar Chase is going to get the triple crown with catches, touchdowns, and yards. Joe Burrow, he's leading the league in passing yards and passing touchdowns. Trey Hendrickson is leading the league in sacks. Like, you having people have these career years, and you guys might not even make the playoffs. It's kind of crazy to me.
There's a 6-8.
It's somebody got to. If y'all don't make the playoffs, at least somebody got to go. Like, somebody.
Well, and the thing about it is I'm really like
the head coach, and I know at the beginning of the year we were talking about Nick Sirianni and the Bengals head coach and everything, but if they don't make the playoffs, he got to go, bro. Somebody has to pay for this, because you can't look at this team and say these players are this and these players are this. We didn't make the playoffs. Somebody has to take the blame, and it's probably going to be the head coach or the defensive coordinator.
So, I mean, I think a culture needs to be changed. I don't know if our front office does not fire people. They don't. And so, like, I agree with you. Like, it's crazy. But I don't know if our front office will do that. I don't know if they don't care. But, like, we have a lot front office-wise, like, because we got to pay Jamar. We didn't pay him. Now the price definitely done gone up.
Y'all should have just paid. I ain't even want to talk about it, bro. Yeah, not only.
But like, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, the price has gone up. The price, like, we should have paid him, right? That's what everyone said. And now the price has gone up, bro. There's just no way. There's just no way. Now college kids is getting money. I'm not getting paid the same as college kids, and I'm doing this in your league. You know what I'm saying?
So
yeah.
So
you think Jamar Chase would leave?
Nah.
What if the Bengals?
He's not leaving. He's, first of all, the Bengals are paying him whatever he wants. Second of all, there's no other place, and I'm not even a Bengals fan, but I just know there's no other place he would rather play than having Joe Burrow passing the ball. There's just no like that connection that they have coming going back to college. There's just no way a wide receiver is giving that up. He's probably going to. Those two are going to end their career there. There's no way, especially after the season that they just had, and now they have to pay Jamar Chase. He's going to probably
if it gets fucked up, the Bengals will have to have fucked something up so bad if he leaves. Like, there's no way he leaves. There's just no way.
There's just no way he leaves, bro. The Bengals will have to trade him, but I don't even see the Bengals trading him.
Oh no! The only way the Bengals want him here. The only way he leaves is if the Bengals fuck up so bad, like on some giant shit, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Like, but there's no way because he wants exactly what he said. He wants to play with Joe. He wants to play with Joe. There's no other place where it's going to be a better playing situation.
That's what I'm saying. I don't. You know just he's solidified there. There's no way he's leaving. Yeah. No way he's leaving that team.
All right. Let's go ahead. Let's move on to Commanders versus the Saints. I don't know if there's anything.
This was a wild
late game heroics.
This is a wild game. So we playing the Saints, right? We up 14. We go to halftime. We up 14-0. All right. It's about to be another one of them games. We blow bad team dog. Yada yada yada. Come out of halftime. They decide to bench Jake Haener and start Spencer Rattler. So we like, all right, look, Spencer Rattler ain't did shit. Yada yada yada. It's about to be more of the same. No. We dropped interceptions. They drove the ball down on us. Alvin Kamara got injured, so he out. The second string running back come in. He looked more like Alvin Kamara than Alvin Kamara did. It just went downhill. After that, Spencer Rattler was looking pretty good, making the passes over the middle and shit, and throwing. It just went downhill when Spencer Rattler came, and then that last drive. Also, our coach staff made some questionable calls. Our players on defense made some questionable calls. Our offensive line wasn't offensive line in that day. So it comes down to the last drive. Drove the ball down the field. They get within the 5, right? They have no more timeouts. Clock is ticking. 12 seconds, 11 seconds, 10 seconds, 9 seconds. The clock stops for 3 seconds.
I saw this.
Wait, the clock is stopped. Why is the clock stopped? It stops for 3 seconds, and then it starts again, and then they spike the ball with 3 seconds left. So I'm like, bro, are you fucking serious? Next play, they throw a touchdown pass. So now they down 1. So they can either kick the field goal, go to overtime, or go for 2. They chose to go for 2. And at this point, I'm sweating in my boots. I'm over there like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, we could actually lose this goddamn game. I'm going to be so mad the whole rest of the day if we lose this game. So the play go off. Luckily, they called a bad play. I don't know why they called that type of play where they roll him out of the pocket and he only has half the field to work with. But they did that, and I'm like, whew. And then I started like, thinking like, oh, how did we get in this position? What the hell? What's going on? What's going on with the refs? Are they drunk? Like, why are they stopping the clock? Like, this shit is rigged. But that game, it was a heart attack on steroids. It didn't have to be like that, bro. It did not have to. But that's kind of the power of the NFL. When you put in a backup quarterback, when your starting quarterback is playing bad, it kind of gives a bad team that spark, and you don't know what they expect. Because if you're playing a whole half against a quarterback that you got under wraps, and they put a new quarterback in, that quarterback is playing with house money. Like, he knows that they probably gonna lose this game, so he back there he's not overthinking shit. He's going with his first read. He's playing with house money. He's comfortable. It's not like he can go in and do any worse than what was already going on. And I think that's how Spencer Rattler played. He kind of proved that, like, maybe the Saints might think about keeping him around next season, or maybe he could have a chance to fight for the starting job. But that was a heart attack game on steroids, man. That's the way I put it. Probably took a couple of years off my life, to be honest. That shit was sick. That shit was sick.
Myers, is there anything you want to say about that game or no?
I didn't watch the game. I saw that 3-second thing. I saw that it was the Saints game, but it didn't click until Denzel started talking about it. That was the moment. I don't know. I don't know what that was about. That's kind of crazy. The clock just stopped for 3 seconds. But I didn't watch. I didn't watch the game, so I don't really have too much.
And the sick thing about it,
I want the Commanders to make the playoffs so I can watch Jaden Daniels and really see really see him.
The sick thing about it though is that if we would have lost that game, it would have been nothing the league could have done. We just would have had to sit there, sitting on our sorrow and sadness, and be like, "Damn, the league really just stopped the clock for 3 seconds and gave them a chance to win again." Like that shit would have been so sick all week. Like I would have been so
the
mad.
only reason why it's not talked about as much is because it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Like if they would have, because bets, you also got to think about people betting.
Hey.
But the thing is, though, like
they'll burn some shit down if that happens.
I think we were 7.5 point favorites or some shit like that. So the spread was already the spread was already fucked up. Like them taking them 3 seconds off the clock wouldn't have did nothing bet wise. They was only down 7 points. The spread was 7.5. So
yeah.
The spread they already covered the spread. So I'm like, y'all didn't have to cheat like that. Like, what was the benefit of cheating like that? So I don't know. Somebody fucked up somewhere. Somebody need to lose their job for sure.
Damn. All right. Let's see. Ravens versus the Giants. It goes pretty much how everyone thought it was gonna go, right?
Yeah, we ain't gotta talk about that game. Bad team versus a playoff team.
Cowboys versus the Panthers. I mean,
I didn't watch this game, but I ain't gonna lie. When we play the Cowboys the last game of the season, that's gonna be a weird game, bro. Because Cowboys don't look too bad. Even though they lost last week against the Bengals, they should have probably won that game. And that would have made like 4 in a row for them. So
I think the Bengals game gave them a type of a little revival in that defense. Because it was so
they shouldn't have lost that. Them losing that game pretty much, but kicked them out of the playoff chances. They're still 6-8, but they need a lot of shit to happen for them to get in the playoffs. If they would have won against the Bengals, they would be 7-7. They'll be 1 game behind, 2 games behind us. They still got to play us later in the season, and we still got to play the Eagles. So we could lose to the Eagles, and then they win, and they 1 game behind us, and then it comes down to that last game of the season. They have a chance to get in the playoffs. But them losing to the Bengals fucked their season up. I think that's why Micah Parsons was so mad, because he kind of knew it was leading up to that. But
Jets versus the Jaguars.
Man, Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers had a crazy day.
I watched a little bit of this game because it was on the end zone, and there was a key moment where Mac Jones, I think he scored, or he got some yards, and he starts talking to the defensive lineman. He starts talking smack, and I think it was Quinnen Williams. Quinnen was like, just keep on talking. Like, looks like he goes like, keep on talking. Like, the game is still long. But that moment, that's when I saw the switch. Was after that little back and forth. Because I'll tell you what, Mac Jones was on my team. I'm so glad he's off that team because I did not like the dude whatsoever.
Mac Jones didn't. Sauce Gardner picked him off. Didn't they have like some type of history at some point where Mac Jones did something? What did he do to Sauce Gardner? Did he say something to him? Like, I'm talking about
was it the kick in the nuts?
When Mac Jones was with the Patriots, they have a history of something. Something happened between them two.
Yeah.
His rookie
Again, I don't know. I'm just glad he's off the team. But yeah, he was. But yeah, Dolphins versus the Texans. Texans clinched the first place in their division with this win
at 9-5. Lord, what I would do to be in a division? Like, it's crazy. I didn't watch this game, but
I didn't either. But I gotta say for everything that the Dolphins have gone through this week or this year, It's actually pretty impressive. Like losing their quarterback for all that. There was a stint where they weren't playing too well. But they've looked like a solid team these last few weeks. I say that, but I didn't watch this game, so I can't say how they played in this game. But I feel like they've had a lot going on, and people have been talking a lot about like how bad. What's their coach's name? I can see his face in my head.
Mike
McDaniels.
Yeah.
People have been talking like he might not be as much of a guru as he thought and stuff, but he's played like their team has done pretty well. Recently, with all the struggles they've gone through. So
is CJ Stroud having a down year or a sophomore slump? Is that what you would call it?
Yeah.
Because
I mean, he's had some injuries, obviously, like some unfortunate injuries that has impacted that, and especially on the offensive line, and
Nico Collins missed half the season.
Tunsil, I think Larry Tunsil. Apologize.
Tunze, what's his name?
Yeah,
Tunsil.
Tunsil.
Tunsil. Yeah.
Oh no, we're talking about someone else.
Okay,
I think that's his left tackle.
Line. Yeah, that dude. I remember going to see Patriots versus him. That dude stuck out, and for you to stand out like among NFL players, you have to be, and that dude, I just remember seeing that dude. I'm like, none of our defensive players look remotely any close.
Listen. If I'm the Texans, bro, there's 3 games left. They clinched the number 1 seed, right? Well, the number 1 seed in the division at least. Anybody that's somebody on that team, I would think about benching them 2 weeks, and maybe up until the last game of the season, because sometimes you need to go into the playoff with a little rhythm. But like if you banged up, you injured, I would think about benching them for this week and next week just to get your legs back, because this is still a really good team, even without Stephon Diggs. They still have this offense still has some dogs like Joe Mixon. Still, I don't know if did he get injured this game. I hope not. If he did, I hope he comes back. They still got Joe Mixon. They got Tank Dell, Nico Collins, Mechie is solid. Dalton Schultz is a solid tight end. So I feel like, and their defense is solid. Like their defense can really be solid. And then they get that dude who was suspended. They get him back soon. So that's a team in the playoffs. It's like you don't know what to expect, because coming into the season, a lot of people expected the Texans to be better than 9-5. 9-5 isn't bad at all by any means, but I think a lot of the people expect them to be a little bit better than that for most of the season, especially CJ Stroud. So when you get into that playoffs, it's anybody game. They could flip a switch, and depending on who they playing, they can make some type of run.
Just wanted to let you know, Joe Mixon, it was just a hard hit. He only rushed for 23 yards. So he wasn't really a factor in that. And then what was the other thing you said? And I agree with you in the defense. Like I think the Houston Texans defense doesn't get a lot talked about positively in a good way. But I think they're definitely up there. Like they are definitely one of those harder defenses to play against. So they can go far. It's a good question to think. Do they rest him? We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Colts versus the Broncos. Anything to say besides that? Besides, make sure you hold on to the ball. I mean,
that shit changed the whole. I was watching that game because I want to watch Bo Nix. Watch the hype and see if he's really better than Jaden Daniels or not. But that shit changed the whole trajectory of the game. After that, the Colts didn't have shit. They have nothing. And then that Denver's defense, bruh, they have possibly 2 defensive player of the year candidates on that team.
Yeah.
They have a linebacker who was Nick Benito or some shit like that. That nigga's still a dog, bruh. I've never seen such a versatile linebacker in a while. And then they got their cornerback. That cornerback that they got over there is really good. That defense is crazy good, crazy good. They're definitely going to make the playoffs. It looks like. I just want to see how much Bo Nix evolves If that team pretty much goes off of what Bo Nix does, because if he can like evolve over the next 3 weeks, or continue to play better, that can be another scary team in the playoffs. Because next season, the Denver Broncos are going to be scary. Because I don't think Bo Nix is going to. Bo Nix is going to get. He's that type of player where it look like game after game, he's going to learn something. He's going to take this and not make the same mistake twice. Even though he threw he threw 3 picks this game. I don't know, and they were bad picks too. But if he could take that next step, this Broncos team is scary, bro. It's really, really scary. And if he take the next step and they get a weapon or two, I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know.
Anyway, Patrick Surtain.
Yeah,
I
Patrick.
didn't want to give drop that name because he is. I got mad respect for defensive players, and he is definitely one of those dogs that are just out there on the field at all time. Bills versus the Lions.
Crazy.
This is the craziest game of
Craziest game.
that shit was wild, bro.
I think this game solidified Josh Allen as the MVP, like front runner. Like it made him the front runner, especially because I think
he's had too many.
Lamar and the Ravens. They had a bye and then they lost, or they lost and had a bye, something like that. So he's kind of the past 2 weeks as the season's ending. He's kind of, I wouldn't say turned down, but he's been in the news less. He didn't play a game.
Yeah.
And in that time, Josh Allen is like going crazy.
Yeah, I would say Lamar Jackson, if you look at stats, you can make a case that Lamar Jackson is still having a better season. But the way the MVP works, from what I've seen, you gotta also have stats. Like Josh Allen's stats are still really good, but you also gotta have moments, like the MVP moments. And Josh Allen has had so many of those this season, like so many, especially the last few weeks. He's had crazy MVP moments, especially that game where he had the receiving, the rushing, and passing. Like those are MVP moments that's going to like stick with voters at the end of the season. Like, okay, this is why he's the MVP. And on top of that, their team is really good. Like they only have 3 losses. So, like you said, that game is probably his MVP front runner. That probably solidified him being the MVP. Let's get into the Lions though, because Dan Campbell made that damn.
Wait, hold up! Before you go to the Lions, Josh, I would just piggyback off everything you said about him. Yeah, and to bring the point, he has won those games. Lamar Jackson has lost to the Browns and to the Raiders, right? I mean, I don't think you can be an MVP talk and lose to those kind of teams. And if you lose, then you gotta lose to a top team, and that's what the Bills did when the 3 losses they got against, like the Chiefs, Rams, which is, and then the other one was
The Ravens.
It was a really good team.
The Ravens.
Ravens.
That's the
Ravens.
only thing.
So,
that's the only thing, because when they did play head to head, the Ravens blew the Bills out. But that was before they had Amari Cooper.
We're talking about the season, the whole thing MVP of the season.
Yeah.
No,
I got you.
You want to talk about the Lions? Go ahead.
Oh, Dan Campbell deciding to kick an onside kick at the start of the fourth quarter. And then they only lost by 6 points. Like you didn't. And did we talk about Dan Campbell going? Didn't we have this discussion, Nico, about Dan Campbell decisions of going for it on 4th down and how you like it? You like him now. This is who he is. When he winning, you know what I'm saying? You like it, but then when he does it and he costs you the game, like that potentially costed them the game, because you never know. They could have got a stop, even though the Bills defense, the Bills was crushing their defense all day. Like the Lions couldn't stop shit against the Bills that day, but still, like,
and the guy ran it all the way back down to like the 3-yard line or something like that.
Yeah,
too.
He ran it. He didn't just catch it; he ran it in. But that's what you get when you have a guy like Dan Campbell. You kind of got to take him as he is, but that's who Dan Campbell is, bro. Like, and he knows that's who he is. But
yeah, and like how you said, like those are the decisions that can win you and definitely cost you the game. It cost him last year the playoffs, so to say.
And it could possibly cost him the number 1 seed this year, because now they're tied with the Eagles and they're tied with the Vikings in their division, and they got to play the Vikings again this season. So when they play the Vikings, if the Vikings beat the Packers next week, when we get to the last game of the season, that could potentially be for the number 1 seed and the division. So
Okay. But
that's
yeah,
something
I
to
mean,
look
there's a
out for.
lot, but I mean, that's who Darren Campbell is. He's gonna put faith in his team, and that's why his team rallies behind him.
But that,
I mean, he's been making those calls, and it's got him
but
12-2.
it's something
So I mean, sure. And now that I agree that it's gonna be what comes down when it matters the most, and we just have to wait and see. I think he will probably go more on the caution side during a playoff game. This is a regular season game where they have already clinched the playoffs, so
right.
he can be a little loosey. He can afford it. I
Well,
mean, sure it sucks like number one seed, but
no, number of seed is important. But let me say this though. How do you feel in that call? Because it's one thing to go for it 4th and 3 in negative territory just because you wanted to run the clock out. But it's another thing to kick an onside kick at the start of the 4th quarter. Like, how did you feel about that? Because this wasn't like going for it down. This is an onside kick, and the onside kicks now you have to announce it. So the team knew the onside kick was coming, and he still decided to kick it. So that's just. How were you okay? Like, if you was on that team, would you have been okay with that, or no?
I would definitely maybe be like, okay, like what's the end goal here?
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, it gives us a chance to practice that play in a situation, so that maybe if we got to do it in the playoffs, we've at least tried and kind of see how it goes in a live game. So that would be the only thing that would be like, okay, eh, it's not the worst, but obviously this is kind of the game right here, right?
Yep.
So I mean, if we do this and it doesn't pan out, okay, but don't be making me try to run extra laps. I don't know, don't
I,
get
I
don't
think
don't get too upset about it.
I think he was trying to just change the momentum of the game. Like you said, they weren't able to stop them at all. They weren't able to do anything. So let's try something. It was super early in the game. That's kind of crazy, but let's try something to switch some stuff up to try to take this game back.
Right. I respect
with,
that
with
though.
the energy.
I respect that.
That's the only thing I can see from
At
it,
least he's
because it's
consistent. He's consistently himself, and you're never gonna question what type of call he made because he's Dan Campbell. But I respect. I see what you're saying, Miles. That's a good
You
point.
know. All right. Do we need to talk about Steelers versus Eagles? I mean, we pretty much just talked about Eagles.
Oh,
We don't need to talk about that.
no,
I'm about to have to
honestly.
get up out of here soon. I think that's all the games, right?
Bucks versus Chargers.
Oh
That one's
yeah,
going on.
Chargers look bad.
Vintage Evan.
Chargers look bad. They look
Who?
really
Yeah.
bad. The Chargers look really bad.
Oh yeah.
They look bad that day, and that was supposed to be a good defense. They're supposed to have a good defense. But
Did McConkey play this one or no?
McConkey did play.
I didn't watch it.
McConkey,
He
yeah,
did
he
play.
did. But Baker Mayfield, bro, he just carved up. He just carved up that team.
I
He
mean,
really
they don't.
did.
I don't know what the Chargers running game. I didn't watch the game, so I think Dobbins, kind of hit him hard. Last one would be Packers versus the Seahawks. Anything
That
there?
was another bad game. That was another bad game, right?
Yeah.
Because the Seahawks just looked bad, bro. Like I was
Well,
hoping,
I think they're gonna still have Geno Smith. He got rocked, I think,
yeah,
in the game, but they're still gonna.
yeah. That was another bad game. But the Packers look legit. They look legit, and they could have beat the Lions that day too. But that Packers, Vikings, Lions, it sucks to be in that division. But those 3 teams are legit, bro. Those are 3 legit playoff championship contending teams right now, at least. But yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's pretty much
Do
everything.
y'all
That's
want
all the games there.
y'all want to mention
Go ahead.
the college? We can talk about that Thursday. We can talk about the college stuff Thursday. But
What games are all the games this weekend, or
yeah,
how is it?
well,
All of them are this weekend.
all of them except 4. Like Boise State doesn't play this week because they get a bye.
Yeah, the teams that I'm not talking about the teams that have a bye. I'm just talking about that whole first bracket.
Yep.
Okay,
And
okay, okay,
plus,
okay.
plus bowl games too. So like other bowl games, like Colorado playing,
Like, yeah, okay,
BYU,
okay.
and all that other stuff. So it's
All
gonna
the
be
bowl games?
No,
not all of them, not all of them, but
GGSU, I think they play on the 26th.
Denzel said that like that was way too like no, not all of them. That's
but
too much.
it's a good amount of
Yeah.
it's a good amount of games Sunday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think it's some football games, some NFL games Saturday this week, right? Or am I tripping? I might be tripping.
Oh,
I think you're
No, yeah,
right.
it's two
There's
games.
like
It's 2 games Saturday. Two good games
okay.
too. Two good games.
We can we'll talk about that on Thursday for sure.
All right, y'all.
After
Yeah.
that, all right. But hey, y'all have a good night. Have a good evening. Nice seeing you guys after a week hiatus. And look forward to seeing y'all on Thursday.
I see, boys.
Peace out.
Peace.